What's up, guys? What's up? Derrick, we're back again, bringing you some more supplement talk. But this time I got somebody new. This is my man, Troy.
Hey, I'm Ethan Troy. Missed the first few episodes, but I'm here now. And I guess a little bit about me. I've been around fitness for a long time. I've always liked to focus on the more scientific aspect of it. So I've done some scientific research in school and had a little bit experience, not as much as you and Gary in terms of competing, but a little bit of my own experience.
And you also come back from wrestling, Olympic lifting?
Yeah, I wrestled in high school.
Just got out of the army.
Just got out of the army today.
So he knows his stuff.
Yeah, know a little bit of something.
And we had to come back and talk about the second half of supplements because my man here is fired up about this Instagram bullshit that he's seen, right? So there's some YouTuber, Instagram guy that's out there, claiming, his supplement is the only supplement that's like just got X, Y, Z.
He's just making a grandioso claim. And the thing is, I remember when I was 13, I remember when I was young and I just got into fitness. You remember that time?
Yeah.
And then
you believe all the bullshit.
Exactly. You have all these people and they make all these promises of like, oh, this is the best protein shake to take. This is the best creatine to take, right?
This is the best fat burner that will get the water weight off and show your jawline.
So we're looking at his video right now. It's on the screen. His name is Jeff Logan, and apparently he was a football player for Ohio State University or something. And now he runs 3 brands. I think it's a supplement company, a clothing line, and some other clothing line.
I guess training? No, he doesn't train?
Yeah, he does training. He does life coaching.
Okay.
And personal training.
I swear I've seen this guy on MTV, I don't know. What was it? MTV True Life?
True Life?
I feel like that's where the first time I seen him because I remember a dude with a similar name, bunch of neck tattoos. I feel like in the past he was bigger. He was a bodybuilder. He was eating like 6 days a week of like cod. 6 meals a day of like cod and asparagus. It sounded like some bodybuilder type stuff. But
is that him?
At any rate, so he's got some products out. He's being real. He's just being real extra. He's like, his is the only product that, his is the only fat burner.
He claims that he has the only fat burner in the world.
And this guy got fired up because he's the only supplement that's got it in there. But I mean, it's a lot of supplements got dandelion root in there or whatever else is in there.
Right.
Getting water retention off isn't really a problem. It's really nothing you should be concerned about unless you are going to step in front of a camera like that day or the next day. Because water retention is like stepping in a sauna. Yeah, you'll sweat out the water weight, but then the minute you go to drink something or you eat some fruit, the water weight's right back. So it's really it's really stupid, to be honest with you.
It's nothing really against him. It's against what he was trying to do. So it'd be different. We were talking about this before we started. It'd be different if he's just started this supplement company yesterday, and he's like, "Hey guys, I got this supplement, and it's the best one in the world." And I'd be like,
"Cocaine in it, that cocaine fat loss."
Couldn't put cocaine fat loss on a T-shirt.
30 pounds
cocaine
in 2 weeks.
Fat burner. The issue is that he has a supplement line and he has a platform, and I could see that there are young kids, especially young guys, 13 to 18, that could stumble upon his videos and be like, okay, he's got the best products in the world. And they believe that because I remember being there at that time and believing the shit that people were saying everywhere. You go to GNC and you're like, yeah, man, it's the best thing in the world. Like, it'll get you shredded.
I just don't get riled up about it because I fell into the trap too. We all did. When you first start to get into fitness, you look at the magazines and you read the blogs, and now it's Instagram. So you just find somebody that has the body that you like or is attractive or whatever, and then you follow them and you follow everything that they say. And, you can't knock the hustle. We did it in the past. It was just in magazines. I remember picking up Flex magazine and Muscular Development and all those men's health and fitness, and they were talking about supplements too. And it just takes, everybody gets got. It's the young kids are gonna get got because they're naive and they don't know any better.
So you think it's inevitable?
I think
until you have some I guess, some supplement industry literacy.
Yeah. To be honest with you, everybody falls in that trap until they actually take the time and understand what's in their supplements, and they understand what supplements work and what supplements don't. I mean, to piggyback off the last podcast, unless you're really doing your research, supplements are going to be a waste of time. The caffeine is good, creatine is good. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Before we started. Whey protein has it's good. Don't abuse it. You don't need it, and you don't need any of these supplements. It's those three. I really can't think of another one.
I think for me, I've taken a lot of supplements over the years, tried a lot of different things, and I guess the only things that I still, and it's funny actually, let's go back. I took a lot of supplements, tried a lot of different things. So when I was younger, I was taking so many different things, and now compared to now, I take very few things because I know what works and what doesn't, and what's a waste of money and what's worthy of my time.
Right.
And for the most part, the things that are worthy of my time are creatine, and it doesn't have to be the extravagant, hyper marketed creatine. Creatine monohydrate will work just fine.
That $10 bottle that's got 500 servings in it, the creatine monohydrate.
So do you know what happened with creatine that caused it to just go from this actual good supplement that's super researched to just being taking advantage of so many different people?
Nah, I can't think of how was it being taken advantage of.
It became too cheap to produce. It got to the point
so people
where
had to had to repackage it, market it with. Well, I think there was one that was actually legit. It was Creapure, but that was because it was
the German creatine.
Yeah, because it was easy to digest. It didn't mess up with
all Creapure was micronized. They literally just pounded it down smaller. It was creatine monohydrate, but it was just pounded down smaller.
Right, but it was easier to absorb and it didn't cause intestinal issues. So that's so really okay. Don't. If you have creatine problems because it gives you the bubble guts or something, get Creapure. But but instead of $5 bottle, it's going to be $7.
But it's still cheap. It's still cheap, and that's really what happened. So creatine was a tried and true supplement, and the supplement companies needed to find a way to differentiate their line from other lines. It was like, oh, so you got a supplement and it's selling for $5 and it's doing really well. Well, I got something that'll absorb better. Yeah. It'll give you results 10 times faster. Yeah. And that's the thing. They give you these grandioso claims, and that's the only issue I have with Jeff Logan. Yeah. You can't make grandioso claims like, I have the only fat burner in the world that takes away water retention. I'll tell you right now, if what you need to do to take away water retention, you go log on to Amazon and you go look up dandelion root and you go buy a bottle for like $7. Yeah. It will last you like 3 months.
It'll last you a very long time.
And you will be peeing like a motherfucker.
I can't even, I guess I'm different. I see how extra the dude is being, but I'm looking like, look, he's not doing anything worse than anybody else. He's out here trying to hustle. He having a kid now or something. Yeah. And I was like, all right, man's got a family. He's got to do whatever he's got to do to, support his family. I can't knock him for that. It's some bullshit, but I'm not gonna, come at him because everybody else in the world is doing it too. A lot of these advertisers out there are hoping that you don't look into the background of their stuff. And I pinned it on that too about the research of supplements.
But how can we protect people that are coming up if
people gotta go out there and find the truth? Just because it's on the internet don't mean it's the truth, and that's the shame. You gotta do your research and find out. As somebody like this older probably takes advice from, and that's a shame because you gotta field who you take advice from.
People usually take advice from the biggest guy in the gym.
Yeah, so not that guy, not that guy. You don't want to take advice from the biggest guy.
Usually go to the gym and they're like, so what are you taking, man? Like, what are you taking?
Yeah, they on that good stuff. Them super supplements. I don't know who you would ask for in the gym. I mean, who you would ask about supplements?
I think asking anybody in the gym is the worst idea.
I think asking a regular person is a bad idea. You know who y'all should follow is
consult your damn doctor.
Nah, not doctors are. I won't say it, but doctors probably don't know nothing about supplements. I feel like a good person to follow on Instagram or YouTube or whatever is I don't list some people out. So Omar Esoff, Jeff Nipper.
Yeah. Jeff is really down with the science.
Yeah.
He really likes to break things down scientifically.
And
Omar even had his own supplement at one point, but he stopped.
Yeah, I don't know why he stopped, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't anything. It was creatine.
I like the idea. It was a full transparency supplement. He was like, "This is what I'm putting in it. Yeah. You guys can buy it if you want to."
It was all the stuff that worked, and some of the stuff that like research said it may or may not work, but there's nothing damaging, and it wasn't overly priced or anything. He was just helping out.
I think that's what we need. We just need more of honest products and people being honest about the product.
But it's not sexy and it doesn't sell.
So we should sell things at the risk of it.
What do you think Instagram is? You scroll through pictures and double tap it real quick. It's just quick attention. They just want something catchy, eye catchy. People aren't really. Damn, I'm coming at everybody. People really don't take the time to learn about what they're doing. I mean, kind of back to the first episode. You don't know what you're putting in your body, or let's say you should take some time to learn what you're putting in your body. From food to supplements to the media that you consume to the books that you read. You should probably read a book or at least listen to one. Be cautious, be aware of what you're putting into your body at all times. The world is out here to get you. So what I've learned as an adult, quick little side note, is that the world is doing everything they can to take money out of your pocket. That's all the world is. As an adult, your whole 90% of your job as an adult is trying to keep the money that you earned in your pocket.
You was just talking about how much money you spent this month, right?
Yeah, money just flies out of my pocket left and right. I don't even know where it's coming from.
All right, so then let me ask you this. What can somebody else new do to make the best decision about supplements? If they want to take supplements and hey, look, I have $100 to invest in supplements this month. What's the best thing they should do?
Somebody that's brand new to the gym?
Yeah, brand new to the gym. I think starting out, you shouldn't take anything.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like the first thing that you should do with your $100 if you're brand new to working out,
just go buy a gym membership.
Is buy gym membership and buy food. Just eat and train, get some sleep. Take the money to invest in a better pillows, a comfortable blanket, I don't know, good sheets, something. I don't know, but it ain't in the supplements.
The biggest thing that I learned about supplements and eating was that the eating was more important. The diet was way more important.
Food is always more important.
Right.
Food, not protein
and
shakes.
As you
not shakes.
Like you say that, it's not sexy. Because and I didn't understand how unsexy it was until I was doing it. When I started eating, when I first got my first diet, right?
Yeah.
And I started prepping for the first competition. And I started eating 6 meals a day.
Yeah.
And the type of food I was eating, the different types of protein, the different types of vegetables, and I saw my body change. I started gaining muscle, gaining weight, quality weight.
Yeah.
You start to realize, like, because I wasn't taking anything. I was taking maybe a multivitamin. I was like, hey, I might be missing a few minerals here and there. But for years when I was in college, I was just stuffing down protein shakes and supplements, and I was never lean. I was never lean or never looked muscular. I always felt puffy and I had water retention.
Yeah.
But that's what they were feeding us. Even when I was trying out for University of Maryland's wrestling team, they were stuffing us with Gatorade, and Gatorade was making their own protein shake at one point.
Oh, that thing was terrible.
It was nasty. It was so nasty. What they pretty much took Gatorade and they mixed in whey isolate, but it was like it was slimy.
Yeah. I had it.
But you know what I did? Being poor and like not having nothing, I took like a whole box. And I went to my dorm room with a whole box. Like every few weeks I was like,
And you punished it?
I punished it, man.
You put it
I put it
More
back.
power to you for just getting it down. More power to you for getting it down.
But yeah, I definitely learned quality food will take you way further than quality supplements.
You can't even guarantee that your supplements are high quality because they're not FDA regulated.
Some of them are.
They're not FDA regulated. They have GMP, good manufacturing.
There's GMP
practices, so that's the best that you can get. But no supplement, anything that's coming out of GNC is not regulated
by the FDA. But is FDA regulation really that great? Do you know what the FDA regulations are? This is a whole side note. FDA regulations allow for certain amounts of mice hair to be in your beef, certain amount of rat tails and chewed up fingernails to be in your chicken.
I wonder if that Gatorade shake got any better. But yeah, the FDA, I mean, you know, go to the farmer's market.
We were talking about organic food too.
I trust the farmer sooner. But wait, we're drifting back to the supplements.
Right.
Yeah, you're better off. Even with my first show, my coach was like, "You don't need anything. Don't drink them protein powders." I guess in my case, because I'm naturally a fat guy, he was like, "Those energy drinks, those Monster energy drinks, they're inhibiting your fat loss." I got on my first show, I plateaued at like 205, 202 ish, and he was like,
How far
what are
out
you
was
doing?" I had time. I put like 2 months out.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "What are you doing?" He found out I was still drinking those energy drinks. He's like, "Cut that out. You're gonna have to suck it up. Either drink black coffee or take a caffeine
You think
pill."
like the artificial sweeteners and the energy drinks were affecting you?
Well, as we talked about in the last podcast, there's something in them energies and something in them damn energy drinks that is just not good. I don't think it's the artificial sweetener.
Because they've shown that the artificial sweeteners, even though they claim that it's zero sugar, they still elicit some sort of insulin response from your body.
Yeah.
And it's small, but it's enough to stop fat burning.
Yeah.
Because fat burning actually happens in the absence of insulin.
Fasted cardio, guys. Do your fasted cardio.
And people think fasted cardio is like a myth. But it works. There's really a reason it works.
Yeah.
So
it works. If it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. But give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Give it 2 weeks. Fasted cardio. See if it works.
There's a reason.
It probably does.
There's a reason why they've been doing it in the military for years.
We're
not just talking about the U.S. military. We're talking about military across the world.
It's a reason why bodybuilders do it for all of time.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, so supplements. You don't need any. You absolutely don't need any.
If anything, you were talking about the insulin spikes on the whey protein, right?
Yeah. So I do take the supplements. I take like the last episode, I drink the energy drinks, which I'm gonna cut back on and just go for the caffeine pills. Good or bad, whatever. Only reason I don't do creatine is because I eat beef in my diet. Probably I have at least 8 ounces a day.
Why you take the caffeine pills?
Because life is hard without caffeine. I'm an adult. I have a job.
Are you really taking
I train people.
So are you really taking it for like the fitness benefit, or more so to just your life, to have energy throughout the day when you're low on calories?
I take it for everything. That sounds like an addict. I take it in the morning time before I do my fasted cardio. Sometimes, or like when I'm getting into prep, I'll take it to help with the fat burning process, along with some other supplements, or some other things. Then I'll take it if I need it. I'll take it in the day to keep me awake during work, or if I'm driving, keep me awake so I don't fall asleep behind the wheel. And then I'll take it before weight training for performance benefits, because caffeine is actually proven to increase your endurance or reduce your pain tolerance, and it gives you an extra boost of strength.
You can definitely lift heavier with caffeine.
Yeah, you definitely can. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm realizing I don't need caffeine. It definitely helps psychologically, but my body is so my brand, Atlas Consulting, that's what I'm going with. I'm gonna get some shirts, but my logo is strength of the choice, because what I've learned in this past year, 2019, is like, yo, you just get in there and lift that shit. Strength of the choice. Don't be a bitch. Lift that goddamn weight. So you have a choice.
Going back to the caffeine, I also like caffeine. Usually when people ask me about what pre-workout to take, I'm just like, dude, just take black coffee.
Yeah.
Because multiple reasons. What it does is that I think when you're dieting and you start limiting like the amount of like artificial sweeteners you're taking and different drinks like soda and stuff, it's nice to have something different than water.
Yeah, it is.
So,
but what you do is you get what I would do with that case, or what I did, and what I'll ultimately go back to, was water, and I would splash it with apple cider vinegar or key lime juice.
Apple cider vinegar and water?
Yo, when you're in contest prep, the weirdest things taste good.
All right, well.
And besides, you're just looking for something that doesn't taste like water.
Tastes like water.
So apple cider vinegar does not taste like water.
So that's why people get the water jug and they throw a crap ton of BCAAs in there.
Yeah, don't buy BCAAs, because now, it was funny in the beginning when they first came out, everybody was like, oh, get BCAAs. Right. And now they're like, oh, no, it's EAs. It's like you got to have all of them.
I read the research on the BCAAs just last night.
Yeah.
The research was actually funded by one of the first companies that was pushing it. Cybation.
Yeah.
Cybation funded the research for BCAAs, and in the conclusion, you don't have to be a genius to read these articles. I mean, in the conclusion, it says that the group that took BCAAs had less fat loss.
Oh shit! But was the study supposed to be for fat loss, or was it supposed to prove muscle burning?
It was supposed to prove fat loss and muscle burning. They wanted to see fat loss and not muscle burning. Muscle building.
Yeah.
So that group did gain weight. We're not sure that it was muscle. It's probably just some residual water weight.
That's probably. Yeah.
But they also lost less fat. And why did they lose less fat? Because this is straight up, your body will use BCAAs as fuel.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to be in a calorie deficit and actually lose body fat, why would you put more fuel into the body?
It's like the people it's like the supplement companies are just straight up scams. Like for the people that are trying to get into ketosis and use ketones as like the fuel, why would you eat or put ketones in your body for your body to use? Because then your body's not going to use the fat that it has and convert those into ketones to use as fuel, because you just gave it ketones. So you're not helping
So
your
the
fat
bro
loss.
science logic about that is that people think that if you ingest ketones, that your body will get used to using ketones, so it will create some of its own. But I don't even think there's any research that actually shows that that's true.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, it kind of
really
makes sense,
just people taking another shortcut.
Yeah, it's like, look, if you want your body to get used to using ketones, then get into ketosis and stop eating carbs, because your body will, if without sugar, so without glucose, your body will get used to ketones because it has no other choice. You forced it to do that.
Some people can't even get into ketosis. That's back to the diet thing, though.
What are they eating? I'm sure if you're eating super low carbs, you have to.
There's people that have not been able to get into ketosis.
Even with meat and veggies?
Eating with meat and veggies.
What veggies? Is it, your spinach, broccoli, asparagus, all that nastiness?
So for a lot of people, it's a lot easier for them to get into ketosis. You have a few days with less than 40 grams of carbs and they get into ketosis right away. Yeah. Some people it's taken like multiple weeks to get into ketosis.
The first time I did it, it took me a while to get into ketosis. It took me like probably 2 to 3 weeks, but the longer I've kind of done it, the easier it is to get into it for me.
So I think, who was talking about ketosis recently? I think it was Dr. Oz, or was it? I think he was talking about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
He was talking about fasting. He was saying that he gets up in the morning and he works out fasted, and then he doesn't eat until like that night,
like 4 p.m. something like later. So like something super late in the day.
But the funny thing is, Mark Wahlberg called him out. Yeah. He was like, "You're full of shit. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day."
Man, the doctor just said breakfast is not the most important meal of the day. Go ahead and skip your breakfast. I mean, even though the doctor just said, like a decade ago, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Don't skip it.
I don't know.
Who do you want to believe?
Do you like breakfast?
It depends on how my day is. Yeah. Tell me, no. I like breakfast. I'm a fat guy. I like to eat. Give me the food.
I honestly, I don't like eating in the morning. And if I'm on prep and I'm doing fasted cardio in the morning, I'd rather go do my fasted cardio, and it actually stimulates my appetite. Yeah. To eat that first meal.
Well, that's how I feel about it. So I don't really care for fasting or not fasting. To me, it makes no difference. I guess I take the stance of Mark Wahlberg, and it's like, I'm gonna eat before I perform. I'm not gonna go into the gym on it and try to lift weights and try to perform and be strong without having fuel in my tank. And it used to work in the past, maybe like 2014 to 2016. I could lift weights without having any food in my stomach. But between 2014 and 2016, 2017, I was weak as shit too. So it really didn't matter. Yeah. If you don't have muscle, you don't need to fuel anything. You don't got anything to fuel. Yeah.
And I'm of the idea of like, if you have better fuel and you're able to have a more effective workout, then that means more effective muscle building. Yeah. That means more calorie burn over the course of the workout and the course of the week. And then over the course of a prep, that's multiple weeks. Yeah. That's more calories that you're burning. So yeah, I think if anything, you're gonna wake up. Some people have to work out in the morning though.
Yeah. I got 2 guys that have to train in the morning.
And that used to be me because
them,
I used to work in the afternoon and into night. So the only time I had it was in the morning.
It's a lot of ways to go about that. I guess we could talk about it. It's like, so if you know you got a 5 a.m. workout, I guess what you could do to make sure that you do have gas in the tank is make sure that you have a really good meal before you go to bed. Right. Make sure your last meal is a really good meal. You're not doing anything before you go to bed, so you're just chilling, and that's gonna like absorb in you.
Probably a little higher on the fat content, so slow the digestion absorption.
And then when you wake up the next morning, maybe have something super light. I know I told one guy, just so he doesn't have any kind of blood sugar drop issues, to get a Gatorade, or I told him as a Gatorade as a last resort, so Gatorade or like a whey shake, but I told him preferably just get a piece of fruit before you come in here, just so your blood sugar doesn't crash, and I don't want to deal with that. And that worked. That seeming to work for him, but working out in the morning is just a nuisance anyway. Especially when you're used to training at 8 p.m. at night, and now you're training at 4 a.m. Right. That's a huge change, and your body is gonna suck at it for a while until you actually adjust.
It took me about 2 months for that to feel normal.
Yeah, and I was about to say it could take anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. I told him, if this is a lifestyle change, if you're gonna do it like going forward, and I had to emphasize to him, your goal is fat loss, right? Because that's what he came to me for. So right. I was like, all right, so look, you're training in the morning when you used to training at night. Be very aware that your performance in the gym for the weights, don't get too attached to that, because I got you on a calorie deficit and we're training in the morning. You are going to lose your strength. Don't even try to keep on to it, because you're just not going to.
But I've also done both. I've trained in the morning and then come back and train in the afternoon. I'm considerably stronger in the afternoon
because you've had meals in you, right? Because I've
had meals in me.
Yeah. I only train between 5 and 8, or I prefer to train in between 5 and 8. Anywhere in between there, because I know I've had at least 3-4 meals in me. Right. I told all my clients, like, if you come to me in the afternoon, don't have just eaten 1 or 2 meals. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Don't come to me like that, because we can't do anything. You waste my time. You get like you wasted my time and your time. Right. Like Gary said on episode 1, we can't get better today if you ain't got nothing in the tank to even push. This simple weight.
And they've shown actually having some carbs before a workout, you get a better thermogenic effect from the workout as opposed to training fasted.
You get a lot of psychological benefits from that too. People just feel good with carbs in their stomach before they train. Did I tell you the
story about, so when I was in prep and we were doing carb cycling, right? So I'd go 3 days with the carbs, the sweet potatoes, and then 3 days without. Yeah. So towards the end, he was just like, we gonna go no carb for a while because you really need to get lean. I went to the 7-Eleven and I got this pack of Sour Patch Kids.
You're not a power lifter. She eats Sour Patch Kids.
I bought these pack of Sour Patch Kids, dude, and I went to my car and I put it in. This is the passenger seat, right? And I strapped myself in, and I'm looking over this Sour Patch Kids, and I strapped the Sour Patch Kids in. And it was the most.
I remember you putting a post of that.
It was the most psychotic thing I've ever felt. But I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you really gonna buy this candy and eat it because you're a weak ass bitch?" That's how I felt. But
don't be a weak ass bitch. Don't eat those carbs.
The Sour Patch Kids. Look, sugar's a drug.
It is.
We were talking about supplements.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest and most powerful quote unquote supplement or drug there is sugar. They've shown in research that sugar actually lights up more receptors and more parts of your brain than crack does.
And and the bad thing is sugar will make you fat. Crack at least will get you lean.
We can't promote the crack cocaine on the show.
You can't do that? Can't do that?
We can't do that.
Damn, got demonetized.
I think, there was somebody that posted something on Twitter about using cocaine. I think they was listening to our podcast.
I sent it in the group chat after I seen it on Instagram. Somebody said, go on a vegan diet, do a water fast, intermittent fast, and then get some cocaine. I meant to talk about the whey shake. So
we got off topic real quick,
but I'll just make it real quick. Whey shakes, they're good, they're bad. I know they're not good or bad. They're just a tool. It's just a tool. But I will say that when you drink them, when you slam them down right after your workout, they will spike your insulin, which I guess after the workout is good because insulin will kind of blunt the cortisol that just came. So you'll start to get into the muscle building process a lot faster.
Yeah, you
but
turn on mTOR.
Right.
You get that flush of leucine.
Yeah, so that's good. But what I've noticed is that after I drink it, so if I go through my workout, no matter what kind it is, and I have a protein shake, maybe a half an hour to an hour after that shake, I want to eat everything. And it's because of that insulin spiking and that crash. But what I noticed is that when I don't have any protein shakes after I work out, I can probably last for like a good 2-3 hours before probably like 90 minutes to 2 hours and not be hungry at all.
But I've actually used that to my benefit because it actually does make me more hungry.
Right.
But
that's why whey protein is a tool. You don't need it. You need to know how to use it. If you're bulking and you have a hard time eating, then that's a great
so for somebody like
to
me, like I've always had a hard time eating a lot of food. And when I was trying to build muscle, I didn't realize I just wasn't eating enough.
Yeah.
You know, when you start actually eating, my first diet was like 5,000 calories dry, no cooking oil. You know, and I was cooking things in avocado oil and coconut oil, which adds like a crap ton more calories.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that I needed to eat that much amount of food until I started doing it, and it was really hard. But what helped is that protein shake, because one day in the diet, in the middle of the day, I'd have that protein shake, and just like you say, it would stimulate that insulin response, and I would get hungry. So I could finish the last 2 or 3 meals for the rest of the day.
Right.
And I think it's still definitely too, like you say. But I've used considerably less protein shakes now than I used when I was younger. Because I had this concept of like, oh well, I'll just slam like 5 protein shakes a day back when I was in college. You know?
I did that too, man. I did that too, and it was terrible. Oh yeah, so the quote is clean veganism, daily exercise, plenty of water, plenty of sleep, and cocaine.
That sounds like something Jeff Logan
would
say.
That is how you lose 15 to 20 pounds in 30 days.
Man, that is something Jeff Logan would say. Did you know what he said?
Wait, time out. That's some bullshit. 15 to 20 pounds in 30 days. You know, if you hit me up, we can do this. It's not that hard. But you get no cheat meals. You get you're getting a lot of cardio.
And you have to provide the cocaine.
If you choose to do cocaine, that's on you. I'm not. I'm going to give you a meal plan and a cardio plan and weight training to get 15 to 20 pounds off in 30 days. That's not bad. I thought she said 2 weeks. But I'm going to use the whey protein shake for another couple weeks in my diet. But what I'm going to do is it may sound weird or may sound gross. I'm going to put high concentrated fish oil into the whey shake to blunt that insulin response so it doesn't spike and instantly crash. I'm giving myself the protein I need, and it's going to hit pretty fast after the workout. But I'm also giving myself the healthy fish oils, omega-3s, for all of the host of benefits that come with that. When you work out, you're destroying the muscle cells, the muscle tissues. The cell wall is made of fat. If I give my body a healthy fat like the omega-3 and I'm going to take CoQ10 as well, the ubiquinol. So 300 milligrams of ubiquinol. They did a bunch of studies and actually Olympic athletes, and they saw improved performance in elite level Olympic athletes.
Right.
From taking 300 or more milligrams of ubiquinol a day. So I'm going to do that with the fish oil, with the whey shake, try to do whatever I can to keep as much muscle on as I can for my next contest.
So why did you decide to go with the whey and the fish oil instead of going for like a slower release like casein?
I feel like, and here's the other thing too, it's only going to be a short time, but I feel like whey after a couple weeks just gives me the bubble guts. Casein does it a lot faster.
Okay.
To be honest, I would do the vegan protein powders.
They taste like shit.
It's some good ones out there.
Nah, I had some of the pea protein stuff, and it tastes like sand.
That's because you got to mix whey and rice and pea.
Oh man, dude.
And get it flavored
well,
right.
The other thing with the vegan shakes, they put so much stuff in it to try to make it taste better.
Yeah, and that was the reason why I stopped, because I found out that they have worse. There's a higher chance of heavy metals in your vegan protein powder than there is in whey. So after I heard that out and I started to kind of want to go more along the doing everything healthy, it just kind of, want to, I don't know, I just want to drop all the supplements. So that's my route. That's my take on supplements.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think as you take away the protein powder, that you're definitely get a better appearance on your physique.
Oh hell yeah. It'll be less water weight, less bloating, all that.
Dairy,
I just replace it with another meal.
Dairy right off the back is just very mucus forming, and it definitely actually makes you hold water.
So all my vegans out there, Dr. Sebi, don't eat meat, don't eat dairy. But
I don't know about Dr. Sebi. I don't agree with her. I mean, what do you eat?
We're gonna leave Dr. Sebi for another topic. We're gonna leave him for another day. I like the guy. I
like it too, man. I like his ideas and all that stuff. But I'm like, what do you eat if you follow Dr. Sebi? Because he's like, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat. Like, even if you're a vegetarian,
I will hit me up. So half of my meal plans come from Dr. Sebi's food list. More than half.
So
I believe in it.
Wait, what kind of vegetable can I eat?
We are going to address that in the next episode.
Okay.
It was wonderful talking with you guys. My name is Derrick Curtin, Atlas Consulting.
Back later. See y'all later.
See y'all.